Emeralds, once again, I want to touch on the basics of a trust real quick. I'm not going. It's a lot of meat and potatoes that I'm gonna skip around on this here video because I want it to be brief. But I want to just kind of my sole purpose for showing you why it's important to have a trust put in place, especially to enforce your rights. You know, when it comes to courts or any legal matter, really any lawful matter. You know, it's basically where if you don't want to be seen as a straw man, you want to be, you want to kind of separate yourself from being seen as the Sestakade Trust, which is the all caps name. You want to be recognized as a living man or woman. Okay. Now I'm gonna right here. Since I'm in Georgia, I'm using the Georgia codes. Okay. This is why I tell y'all you still can read the codes, man. The codes tell you how to play the game pretty much. Trust. Okay, and you see the different types of trust right here. Different types of trust. If you're in Georgia, you see the different types of trust. Okay, different things. It covers everything concerning trust. Okay, so everything ain't talking about a damn straw man and all the codes. Okay, this tells you how to create a trust. Everything how it's supposed to be constructed and everything. So, but I'm not gonna go through that. Here we go. General provisions. This talks about the jurisdiction. Okay. We love to talk about challenging jurisdiction. Okay, say because you're a living man. I'm not the all caps name. I'm not the all cap name. I'm the living man. Okay, you don't have to do that now. When you create a trust, you put your certificate of a trust on the record. That's how you show your status. You got a recorded document, proving showing that you actually have a trust. Your Sestakade Trust is inside your own your own private trust, your own trust. Okay, and this deals with equity. See, trusts are peculiarly, from pronouncing that shit right, so subjects of equity jurisdiction. Okay, equity jurisdiction. Okay, now what is equity? Good question. Here we go. Equity. In law, the term equity refers to a particular set of remedies and associated procedures involved in civil law. These equitable doctrines and procedures are distinguished from legal ones. While legal remedies typically involve monetary damages, equitable relief and typically refers to injunctions, specific performance, or what's the hell, vactor? What the hell is that? Let me see what that is. It is, it's Latin for it is vacated. Okay, a rule or order that sets aside a judgment or annuls a proceeding. That's what y'all trying to get done in many cases, right? Okay, if you're trying to get equity, you see something being wrong, you're being wrong some type of way, you can get something done through equity. And how you get to equity jurisdiction, how you invoke equity jurisdiction is through a trust. Okay, a court will usually award equitable remedies when a legal remedy is insufficient or inadequate. For example, courts will generally award equitable relief for a claim which involves a particular or unique piece of real estate, or if the plaintiff requests specific performance. Okay. Origin. The distinction arose in England where there were separate courts of law and courts of equity. Following this pattern in America, some states created chancery courts, which deal only with equitable relief. Chancery originated in medieval English as a district court of equity. Okay, name the Lord. Okay, says form. They say those were unable. And so when able to obtain adequate common law remedy. Okay. Let me stay on track. Let's see, what was I? Following this pattern in America, some states created chancery courts which deal only with equitable relief. In other states, the courts of common law were empowered to exercise equity jurisdiction. Today, separate courts of chancery have largely been abolished. And as the same court that that may fashion a legal remedy has the power to prescribe an equitable one. Okay, so if you're in a real, civil court, one of these civil courts, you can invoke the equitable court in the civil court. So that's basically what it's telling you. They can provide the same remedy in that particular court as well. Okay, expansion of equitable relief. Courts are sometimes hesitant to impose equitable relief. Say hesitant to impose equitable relief, particularly specific performance. This is because equitable remedies often require the courts to monitor the remedies to make sure that the defendant complies with the court order. However, the Supreme Court has been willing to encourage the use of equitable remedies in certain areas of law. Let you see that. Yeah, I'll let y'all click on that at your leisure. I want to stay on topic. Insignia versus Amera, the Supreme Court held that for violations of ERISA, okay, the aggravated party may be entitled to obtain other appropriate equitable relief in addition to legal remedies. In Maintenau versus, was it Board of whatever of National Elevator Industrial Health Benefit Plan 57 U.S. 2016, the Supreme Court narrowed the scope of equitable relief for Ezra violations. In Montanau, the court held that, pardon the thunder back there. The court held that the party claiming equitable relief under Ezra is limited to the relief typically available in equity. As applied to Ezra, Israel. If I'm saying Eriza, I'm just messing the word up. Equitable relief will not extend to the plaintiff enforcing the equitable lien against the defendant's general assets. Fourth reading, let's see. General review. Okay, that's not. But anyway, you get an idea of what equity. I'm also gonna click on something else so that you can understand what another thing about equity. Let me see if I could back up, read some other stuff about equity, so you can get a. Let's go with the Black's Law Dictionary. See what they say. I like U.S. legal too. I'm gonna read that in a minute. Here we go. This is second edition Black's Law Dictionary. Okay. I think it said Black's Law. Okay. In its broadest, the most general signification, this term denotes the spirit and the habit of fairness, justness, and right dealing, which would regulate the intercourse of men with men. And don't y'all think about intercourse. Y'all be thinking nasty, man. We ain't talking about no gay stuff, okay? We talking about the interactions, men with men. But bottom line is, you see men with men. It's talking about living men and women, okay? It's not talking about no, keep in mind, it's a second edition. So this was written years ago, way back before women's rights were actually, they were given rights, okay? So that's why it says men with men, because women didn't have the rights back then. But bottom line is, that's what it means by when it's talking about equity, okay? But it's dealing with living men and women. It's not dealing with legal fictions, okay? So they can't see you as the Sesticate trust in court when you're invoking equity jurisdiction. So this is why it's important to have, your trust put in place. Have create your trust, have it on the record. Here's U.S. legal. Let me see what they got to say. Get this crap out of the way. Move. I'm going out of here. Okay. The word equity has the following meanings: the body of principles constituting what is fair and right, or the natural law. Keywords: natural law. You're talking about the law of God, the creator, whatever you want to call it, consciousness, whatever God you believe in, if you believe in a God, but if you believe in the consciousness, call it whatever you want to call it. Natural law. Okay, that's what they use that synonymously. Okay, it would refer to the fairness and impartiality or even-handed dealing. Okay, for example, as per the company policy, managers should use equity in dealing with subordinate employees. Okay, let's see. The principles of just used to correct or supplement the law as applied to particular circumstances. For example, the judge decided the case by equity because the statute did not fully address the issue. Okay, in this sense, it is also termed natural equity. Okay, you're dealing with living men and women here. That's why you need a trust. Okay, the system of law or body of principles which originate in the English Court of Chancery, which supersede the common law and statute law. See, when there was a conflict between the two. See, equity supersedes common law and statute law. See, these statutes is what they're dealing with in the courts. The statutes generally come from common law. Okay, that's generally where they come from. But at the same time, they find little loopholes to kind of throw the little statutes in there. So certain ones, anyway, we're not gonna go off into that. But overall, the base is common law. Okay, but they will throw other statutes in there that have nothing to do with injured parties. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna stay focused. A right, interest, or remedy recognizable by a court of equity. The right to decide matters in equity or equity jurisdiction. Once again, you see equity jurisdiction again. An ownership interest in the property, especially a business. For example, A gave her equity in the business to B. Okay, in the business to B. Okay, a share in a publicly traded company. For example, A did not want to cash it in his equity. I don't get that part. But anyway, this is supposed to be the same thing. Anyway, bottom line is you get what I'm talking about when it comes to equity law. You see what it means right here. Equity law. Equity, that's the definition of equity. So you understand what equity really is. And when you're dealing with equity, when you're dealing with a trust, you're dealing with equity jurisdiction. Okay? So when you create your trust, you're dealing with, and you invoke that trust, you invoke that certificate of trust, put it on the record, and you can start making moves. Stop sitting back waiting on the judge to do something. You need to be moving to court. You need to be communicating with them straight up yourself. You got to move to court. You got to do it yourself. Be proactive about it. Don't just sit back and be a sitting duck and you create a trust and then wonder why, And I don't understand why some people create trust and they got a court case going on and they don't want you to. They saying they got a trust that don't have no. They rather send what they say like a what they call it the mail the tracking number, not for what you call certified mail, but the other kind of mail. What was the other kind of mail? Certified. Anyway, y'all get it. What's that? What the hell is that? I'm looking right at the damn labels. Certified mail and registered mail. When they're talking about sending registered mail, they rather send like the tracking number instead of telling them the name of the damn trust. Like, you can't hide the name of the trust and expect to get some damn remedy because you're just going to send them the registered mail number. That makes no sense to me. So anybody doing that, I mean, that's on them if they want to do that. Do it how you want to do it. It makes no damn sense. How you going to conduct business with anybody and you don't want to reveal the name of your business? It makes no sense to me. But anyway, I'm going to go and end this video right here. I just thought I'd make it, kind of point something out as to why you need a trust. Why a trust is so powerful in the courts. Why? So, as far as like changing your status, when they talk about status corrections and stuff like this, these things are important right here. If you want to be seen as a man or as a woman and you go into court, you need to have your trust. If you don't, you just have it put in place. But I'm gonna get on out of here, y'all. There's other ways to, I gotta make this disclaimer. I have seen people win cases without trust, so I'm not gonna act like this is the only way to get it done. But I would never tell anybody not to do one. This is like probably one of the most powerful things you could use in a court case is a trust. So I don't see anything trumping a trust, because this is what deals with living men and women, and we want to be separated from the straw man. How else you gonna do it? Anyway, I'm gonna get on out of here, y'all, and we'll catch y'all on the next video. Emrose signing out.